Yeah. Hello, you're welcome to the Flico Community official YouTube channel. My name is Casey Benjamin, and I'm here at this moment to present to you some details about the benefits for the Flico community members. Before I continue, let me say this briefly, that kindly bear with me with regards to the quality of the audiovisuals you are watching. It's not a professional setting. This is coming from my office directly, and so you won't get the best of sound and visuals. Uh, my first coverage that I did, as I sort of watched it myself, I realized that I thought I was actually looking into the camera, but it happened that my gaze is tilted a bit. But forgive me, I will work hard at it, and perhaps in some other subsequent presentations, things are going to be better. So please pardon me, and let's keep it natural. I want you to see it as it is. This is the beginning of a great mega thing to happen in the life of Ghanaians, and I'm calling on you to join me in this agenda to ease burdens of our members. Okay, I mean, the system is such that we are going to kind of distribute burden across numerous people, and this community is going to actually grow into a national body, not government owned anyway, but a national body that is privately and controlled, but it is going to grow across the length and breadth of this country. So we are going to have national body. We're going to have it at regional levels. We're going to have it at even district levels, and it's going to be mega. It will be beautiful. Don't be left out. Join the Flico community immediately as you are listening to me. All right. But at this point, let me plead with you to kindly hit the notification bell, and when it comes up, just choose all. So any moment we drop something new, i.e. an educative presentation on the community that has been created for your sake, all right, for your sake, you will get to discover what you need to know. There's going to be a lot of educational presentations here, things that will educate us not just on finance, but there's going to be a lot of education on finances. But there's going to be a whole lot of things that is going to broaden our horizon on life and other things. Okay, yes, so that is it. As I'm watching the previous presentation, like I'm talking about the quality, I realized that in as much as I thought I was looking into the camera, not knowing my gaze was actually tilted. This is most likely to be almost the same though, but I believe that you will bear with me. Let's keep it natural, as I said it earlier. Okay, thank you so much. This presentation is going to cover the ultimate benefits in this community, and then it may extend to the vision, the broader vision that we seek to achieve, okay, of which we are asking you to come on board. Okay, so that is it. So let me straight away zoom into the benefits. All right, the video is going to be here for you to come back to it every time, every moment, any day, any time you want. If you have somebody you want to let the person know something about it, you can just share it with the person, or otherwise you open, and then it will always be available for you to scan through and glance through and listen well, and then you get to discover every detail that you need to have. All right, so let me begin with the characteristic of the community. In the introductory presentation, I indicated that this is typical of the welfare systems that is very common in this country. Examples are the community-based welfare associations. The most common one is the student bodies associations, like All Students Association welfare schemes, work-based, professional-based, or profession-based, and even in our churches, we run welfare schemes. All right. There is quite a lot about what I am doing here, what we are doing here, that like it's just like those ones, but this one has a huge differences, a lot of differences as compared to those types of welfare associations or welfare schemes. All right. What we have here, I would call it the hybrid form of the welfare systems that we know. So the first thing typical of the welfare schemes that we all know is various types of support. Right, various types of support that as a community we give to members when they are found in some situations. All right, so typical, this community has some dedicated amounts of money that are extended to members when they fall in certain situations. And the first one I would like to mention is that if you're a member of this community, right, take note of this. If you're a member of this community and, for instance, your parent die or your sibling die, the community will give you an amount of 3,500 Ghana cedis as a support for you to go through that period. All right. Yes, so there's a funeral support of 3,500 cedis that will be advanced to you as a member of this community. The second item is hospitalization. If you're a member of this community and you fall sick and you get admitted in the hospital for 96 hours and more, all right, you just get us informed, and then we'll advance as much as 2,500 cedis to you to offset your medical bills. All right, good. Yes, it's getting better, right? Good. So that is it. Now, when it comes to the hospital support, what we've done is that this amount, the first one that I mentioned and this second one, both of them are amounts that are guaranteed for you within a year, i.e. 12-month period. Okay. Now, this amount is guaranteed for you. Because it is guaranteed for you, particularly when it comes to the sickness one, as in if you fall sick, all right, that one we've actually extended it to your children, such that if it happens to be your child, as a member, if it happens to be your child who has fallen sick and has been admitted in the hospital for as much as 96 hours plus, you will get this amount of money to offset your medical bills. That's because within the year, it may just be that you, the adult, will not end up in the hospital. It may be your child who unfortunately perhaps pick up some disease or illness and then will come to your aid in that aspect. So that 2,500 is not strictly limited to you, the adult member or the parent member in this community. it is also available for your child. But with that one, it is accessed once in the year. It is accessed once in the year. Okay. When it comes to the funeral one, that one to this community makes it very flexible. That one is not limited to one claim in a year, i.e., supposing we begin the year and somewhere around the 4th month or so, your parents, one of your parents die, will advance the stated amount to you. All right. And then should it happen that in the course of the same year, another drops off or a sibling drops off, we will still be with you and then advance the same support to you. Also get it right. In as much as it is accessed, the medical one is accessed once in a year. When it comes to the funeral, this is what we do. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, pardon me. So that's what we do. Now, let me say something here. This is very, very technical. One of the things that is so unique to this Flico community welfare scheme, all right, is that, listen to this for me, it is technical, because if I present this to you and you cannot see any real difference between what we are doing here and the ones that you are aware of, the ones that you know, even those that you belong to, it will be just a waste of time for you to be listening to me at this point. So let me begin with some of the technical differences between what we are doing here and those that are out there. Now, these two figures that I've mentioned, the one in relation to funeral support and the one in relation to the medical support, these figures will not be static. The 3,500 that has been earmarked in the first year for funeral support will increase in the second year and the third year and on. So it will be growing in that incremental order per person. So for instance, the medical support, which is 2,500, in the second year is going to increase by a certain percentage, and it will be growing in that order. So if you start, you join the community, and let's say within the first, second, third year, you have not perhaps found yourself in any such situation for you to be given the support, by the time it happened to you, it is not going to be the 2,500 or the 3,500 that you'll be receiving. It will be the amount for the 4th year that you'll be receiving. You get it? So it's not going to be static. Get it right. Okay. So this is one very unique attribute, very unique to the Flico community. All right. So take note of that. The third item of benefit for the Flico community members is emergency fund account. If you don't know what emergency fund account is, let me explain briefly. In financial planning, all right, in financial planning, experts advise very strongly that as an income earner, you try as much as possible to have a minimum of 6 months equivalent of, let me put it this way, equivalent of 6 months of your salary. All right, equivalent of 6 months of your salary set aside in what we call emergency fund. Is a form of an investment account. All right, now the idea behind that strategy or financial product or planning is that as an individual, you wake up, you go to work, you go and come, and one day, out of the blues, an envelope is pulled out, handed over to you, and then your immediate boss is telling you that, oh, you've been fantastic. I mean, you've been very helpful in this company, except that at this time going forward, we think that we will no longer need your services, and therefore this is an envelope that maybe contains some what do you call it, something to kind of compensate you, and then your dismissal letter, right? When that happens, it does happen. Some of these things, they do happen, all right? So when it happens, it means that you've lost your job. But when you lost your job, we all know what happens. Your income has ceased. Life is actually, without any such system put in place, is going to be hard for you. That's because you're going to have to be going out to be turning in application letters here and there. You must be active. If you set up this emergency fund account, it helps you during that period, and you can actually continue your life as though you were still working and income is still coming in. Now, mind you, at that time, you are even much more at home, and therefore, the transportation or the fuel you buy to go to work on daily basis would have actually even come down a bit, and therefore life can actually even be a little more comfortable for you. Okay, that is if you do the right thing. Okay, now that is one thing that such an account can do for you, all right? Because when you lose your job, you can't sit home, you must be moving around to be looking for other jobs, and you need money to do that, to print your application letters here and there and your CVs. Okay, good. Now, whilst you are working, if you are at work and probably around the lunchtime when you are up from your seat, just about stepping out to go for something to take care of your lunch, all right, a call comes through and then they say there's light out in the house, but it happens that it is not a general light off, but it is perhaps your own meter that has run out of credit. That is certainly not an emergency, all right? But if the call came and the news was that your jumpy little girl or little boy, lovely, that you left at home without any problem, has suddenly been rushed to the hospital and the child is no longer talking, that is definitely a big blow of an emergency that you must attend to immediately, and it will call for money, all right? So if such a thing happens and you don't have such money set aside for such emergency situations, you can't be found wanting. Okay, at that moment, the immediate thing that comes to mind will be that you are going to be looking for somebody to advance on loan to you. Okay, yes, you can go ahead and take the loan from that friend or borrow something from that friend. But if you have this emergency fund account set up, what it means is that the friend who is helping you, you will give your friend the confidence that you are going to pay back immediately you are back from the situation, because you have such an account with some money in it. Okay, yes, these are some of the education that we are going to be giving on this channel and within the community, all right? Good. So when you do that, what it is that if you have borrowed the money, the moment the incident happened and you know that you don't have anything around you but that money is there, just reach out to the institution that holds that account for you, and then within just a matter of hours they will release money for you, and then you can just go back and then give it back to the one who came to your aid. You get it? That is the essence of emergency fund account. This is a very good and powerful advice from financial experts, particularly personal finance planners. Okay, now the issue is it that we don't know these things? Many people know, but how many people have what it takes to do this? The problem is that our salaries are not even up to our monthly expenditure or our monthly expenses. You get it? So if that is the situation, that you are faced with, how can you set aside such an amount of money? And as much as equivalent of 6 months of your salary. So if you are earning, let's say, 2,000 a month, times 6 is 12,000. That amount has to be in that emergency fund account. But if you are earning 2,000, particularly in this economy, I'm sure you know why I use that word, right? Yeah, because when the economy turns upside down, it becomes economy. That's just on a lighter note anyway. Yeah, so when something like this happens, if you are in such a situation, 2,000 cedis in this economy, particularly in places like Accra, trust you me, it's never going to be easy going about with that salary as your total income. Okay, so how can you have such money set aside? It's almost impossible. It will take some intervention, some miracles to happen to you before you can do that conveniently. And that one cry, I dare say that it may hardly ever come from your actual salary. Yeah. Yes. Because we have recognized that there is this difficulty for people to do this simple thing, okay, for themselves. The community has developed a system and a structure that is going to make it possible for people, for members to have that thing set up for them. So when you join this community, we set up an emergency fund account for you. All right. When we open the account, it's going to be in your name. Okay. It's going to be in your name under your own signature. And so, pardon me, my viewers, it's going to be in your name and in your own signature, so you have absolute control over that account. However, because of what we want to achieve with this community for members, our intention, which we'll be rolling it out very soon, is that when we set up that account for a member, we will try and see if we can use certain systems to put some sort of an embargo on that account for probably about 2.5 years to 3 years, okay, before you can then have access to it. Now, everything we are going to be doing is going to be very transparent, such that should it happen that even if a member should even drop off along the way, I'm sure you understand those terms, even before the 3 years comes for you to have access to that money, your beneficiaries or your next of kins will have access to it and they will live on it. That is one of the legacies you are going to create with this platform that you are coming to join. Okay, yes. So that is something we are looking into and to see how we will implement it. That is because the objective of this platform or community is to ensure financial sufficiency for members. Yes, is to ensure financial sufficiency. That is what finance experts will call it, financial security. Okay, but there is financial sufficiency and financial security. All right. So long as the words are different, the manifestation will be different. Okay, for lack of a better word. All right. So we'll set up that account for each member. This is also a very unique thing about. Yes, you see how I use my strength to say that. Very unique thing about the Flico community, right? Good. So let me continue to some of the big unique things about this community. All right, still in the line of the benefits for members. All right, when you join and then you come to, you see, I've already said that this is typical of the welfare association or welfare schemes that we are familiar with, and that means that it is going to require you to be paying some money on a monthly basis. Okay, good, we will get there. it's going to require you to pay some monies on monthly basis. Now, when you join and you pay the money and you are taken through the process to be enrolled into the community or to be admitted into the community, when that process goes through, a member is going to be given an insurance cover. The insurance cover is a minimum of 150,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, what it means is that each member will have an insurance cover, and the minimum is 150,000 Ghana cedis. And why do I say minimum? Is it going to vary? Yes, it's going to vary, but the caveat is the dues or the amount we are going to be contributing as members of this community, that one is static. It's a fixed amount. However, the insurance cover is going to be varied. Now, the variation between the amounts is purely because of age differences. Okay, yes. The policy that we are going to sign you on to is designed such that your age, your health, and a few other things will determine the cover that you get, paying that amount. Okay, we have actually thought about it, and we've realized that if a member joins and maybe the amount we are paying is giving you that minimum insurance cover, but you think that you wish you will get a higher cover, there is a way we are going to go about it for you to get a higher cover. Okay, when that time comes, we'll give education on that. Okay, very good. I'm going to do a presentation on that one as well anyway as we go on. Okay, so each member is going to be given an insurance cover of a minimum of 150,000 cedis. This is one big unique thing about the Flico community. All right, great. Now, that insurance policy we are signing you on to, all right, it has three basic components. Okay, so the insurance cover, the amount, the 150,000 cedis, there are two ways by which you can get that money paid to you. Okay, yes, through the community. All right, the first one is if death should occur, and we all know that death is constant with humanity. Bible says it is appointed unto man once to die. Okay, so death is constant, so death will by all means come. Just that sometimes it comes unexpectedly and untimely. Okay, yes. So if it happens that it comes unexpectedly and untimely, you will get this money will be advanced to or will be given to your beneficiaries or your survivors. Okay, yes. So if you're a man and if unfortunately you kick the basket or the bucket as they call it untimely, and then you're going to leave your children with your wife, you don't want to leave them in hardship. Okay, so this will be given to them. We are going to give education on all these things, and then they will continue their life as though you were also alive. We will give explanation and education for you to understand the details of these things that we are saying. Okay, it's going to be very beautiful with time over here. Okay, so in the next subsequent days, you are going to receive all those presentations right here. Okay, so like I said, hit the notification bell and then tap on all, and then anytime we drop a video, it will come straight to your notification, and then you will follow us and get yourself educated and informed. Okay, good. And whilst you are doing that, you should also share a link of this video to your friends and loved ones, your family members, your colleagues at work and that kind of thing, so that we will all learn together and see if we can really build something mega out of this little dream that we have for now. Okay, great. So that is the first thing you can get from the insurance policy. The second thing is that 150,000 minimum, you can also get it if it is permanent disability. For those of you who are familiar with insurance and types of insurance and policies around, these terms are quite common, so you'll understand them very easily. Okay, so if it is permanent disability, now permanent disability is considered as the end of your life because you can't work anymore. That is, if if medicine proves, or if it is proven by your medical status that you can no longer work. There are medical situations that can render you unfit to work anymore. The moment that one is recognized, let me put it that way, the policy will give you that amount for you to continue living your life, because the moment you enter that kind of situation, if you've seen it before, it's going to be very demanding on you, medications here and there. But with this, you can actually continue your life without any problem, and the subsequent educations on these things will prove that to you, that it is very, very true what we are saying. Okay, very good. Now, the third thing that that policy will do for you is this. If you happen to suffer any serious ailment, sickness, you get ill, you fall sick, and you get to the hospital and they diagnose you of certain diseases or certain illnesses that are considered to be very critical, life-threatening for that matter, all that is required is for the medical report that proves that you have that situation to be given to us and the insurance company, and then 40% of the sum assured will be given to you for you to seek proper medical care, and then by the grace of God you will recover and then come back to life and continue to work. Okay, we've seen it before. There are presentations on this, there are examples that we can show you in video right here on this channel. So stay tuned, a whole lot of things is going to be given to you here to open your eyes to what is possible. Okay, great. So if it is critical illness, 40% of that amount shall be given to you. For instance, if in the age your insurance cover is, let's say, 250,000 for instance, 40% of the 250,000 cedis is going to be 100,000 cedis, and I can assure you it can do a whole lot when it comes to seeking medical care in some of the medical situations that we normally see around us. Okay, yeah, God forbid, but if it happens, then you can be rest assured that this community and our the policy we are going to sign you on is going to be right beside you through the situation. Okay, yeah, so that is it. Yes, so we've spoken about the characteristics that resembles the traditional welfare associations over there, and we've also brought you some of the specialized areas that is unique to this community, that is the Flico community. All right, good. So that is it. The next thing I will talk about that is also unique to this community is that when so you realize, let me come back a bit on the things I've said so far. You realize that when I was talking about the if for instance your parent or your sibling die, what the community is going to do for you, you realize that I didn't talk about what you, the member of the community, if you should pass away, what would the community do for you? Because the traditional welfare associations out there, be it worker groups, be it old student association, be it community-based association, be it church welfare schemes, the monies that are given to the members, we all know, this is nothing secret. We all know that they are not usually substantial, okay, right? They are not usually substantial to do anything so much for us. So if we are going to build a community of this sort, and it's going to be basically the same 1,500, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 thing, I can say that stop watching this video and go and sleep and continue in those ones. But no, stick with me. The reason is that if a member drops, it is not the token that we are going to give like the other ones do that is going to help you do anything or help your family continue to live their life or do organize a befitting barrier for you. This is the system we are going to use. All right, this is the system we are going to use. But however, if a member of this community drops off, that is where you will see the power of unity and interrelatedness and interdependence. All right, that is when we grow in numbers, particularly, okay, in about a year from now when we have membership in the thousands, okay. For instance, if our membership is maybe around 2,000, 5,000, okay, and a member finds him or herself in such a situation, okay, I can assure you, just some tokens mobilized from the community, we can actually tell your family to just sit down somewhere and our tokens can come together to be a humongous amount of money, all right, that will actually help you give a very befitting burial for your loved one. Okay, so that is it. This is the beauty of what we are doing here at the Flico community. All right, as you are listening to me, it's getting exciting, right? So just once again, hit the notification bell so that anytime a video drops, you get notified and then you come and listen to what is happening here. But at this point, I think it's great for you to just pick up your phone, dial the numbers, all right? Yeah, so at this point, as it's getting very exciting, just pick up your phone and dial 059 414 2920. I repeat, 059 414 2920. It is you can even reach us on WhatsApp as well through that same number, and then the second number is 0240 541 740. 0240 541 740. All right, so if you are in Ghana here as you're watching me, as it's getting exciting, pick up these numbers and then call or send us a WhatsApp, and then if you have any further questions to ask, if you can, to drop it right here in the comment section. Just go on WhatsApp and reach out to us directly, even outside of this platform or channel. Okay, yeah, and let's get going. Since I did my introductory presentation in the other video, the calls have actually begun coming and it's very exciting, and trust you me, it's been very, very inspiring. Okay, so let's get going and we'll do something mega for ourselves and our generations yet unborn. Good. So I've spoken about some of the benefits that members are going to enjoy. All right, good. Did I say some of the members? Some of the benefits members are going to enjoy. That's what I said. Yes. Anyway, great. So now let's extend this vision a bit. All right. Okay. What if, for instance, when I spoke about the hospital support or medical support and then I said that if it's your child that falls sick and is admitted in the hospital for 96 hours plus, we will still advance that money to you, because in the whole year, maybe you, the adult, nothing will happen to you. So if it happens to your child, we can give it to you. But as we've said, that particular component is accessed once in a year. Okay, yes. For the funeral support thing, if it's your parent, your sibling, that one, as and when it happens, you can get it. All right, because sometimes it happens. Both parents can die within the same year, and maybe it can even trickle down to, that thing. So yeah, so we've made it that flexible. Okay. Now, when it comes to the children thing, we have medical insurance. Okay, in this country, we have medical insurance in this country. Now, but a child cannot go to the health insurance company to go and sign up. You get it? That I'm signing on to a health insurance scheme. Mostly, in all the cases, it is the parents' policy that extends to the children. Okay, it's the parents' policy that extends to the children. Yeah. So what we've done is this. This is where the power of community comes in. If your child's situation in the hospital is such that it would require some real serious money, this is where community, the power of community comes in, where we are going to work together to raise support, okay, to support whoever finds him or herself in this situation. Because now things like the cancer and some of those ailments that previously were known to be for adults of certain ages now have trickled down to even kids, to the extent that even some kids are born and in just a little enjoyment of life on earth, they pick up some of these things, and then it becomes a very huge burden on parents. So this is the beauty of a community. So when a member finds him or herself in such a situation, we will mobilize ourselves and go to the aid of this individual member and support. Okay. Now, beyond something like this, we can actually come together and do it for other people, even outside of this community. All right. This is the beauty that we are building with this community, such that if we say that we pick up a particular month within a year and we say this is our charity month, within that year, when we grow in these big numbers, just tokens from every member can become so huge, and then we can do something very substantial for these orphanage homes and the likes. Okay, we can actually even extend support to people on sick beds in hospitals, and perhaps begin to sponsor certain things within our localities. And yes, okay, yes. This is because you realize that as individuals, sometimes we have the desire to do some of these things, to extend help to some of these places and people, but the motivation is not there. Because you see, when you are doing things in a group, in a team, in a community, there's that euphoria that gingers people to want to do it big and do it well and do it nice. You get it? But when you are in your room and the idea even comes, there's no motivation. Okay, so you find people doing it anyway, but if it is organized, in a community, in a team, in a group like that, the euphoria, the excitement that comes with it, it makes people do it more. You get it? So we are building this community to achieve such things, or such levels, or such attributes, so that we can do great things for humanity. Okay, so that is some of the things that we'll be doing. Okay, yeah. Now, so these are some of the things that we are going to be doing for ourselves. Okay, there is a very beautiful, let me say, transgenerational aspect of this thing that I'm introducing to you in this video, that I am very confident you will love to be a part of it. Okay, yes, that is because it is being done elsewhere. These are some of the things that we're going to be talking about in our subsequent presentations as part of our financial literacy programs and presentations that we'll be doing right here on this channel. Okay, good. So that's it. As you've heard all these things, if you are excited and you are happy about it, please, I've already mentioned the numbers. The first one is 059-414-9290, 059-414-9290, and the second one is 0242-541-740. Reach out and join immediately. Okay, so the next thing you are going to do after you've watched this video is to just connect with us, and then we'll immediately get you signed on and then ushered into the community. All right, now the next thing I want you to do is for you to spread the news. Share this video and get people to come on board, and let's make something big for ourselves. Okay, I can assure you this thing is going to grow. All right, it's going to grow, and by virtue of this, the sort of anxiety and the things that people suffer, even emotionally and mentally, particularly in a season like this election or political season, if you have this support system behind you, I can assure you won't be scared of anything. It will even improve our thought patterns, because some of the things we do, because of the persistent lack and difficulties we go through because of our financial situations, it makes us fall prey to certain things that hitherto we wouldn't have. All right, this is going to be big. This is going to be big. I'm pleading with you that don't hesitate to come close and come and dig into the whole thing that we are doing, and then discover the truth for yourself, and then make a decision from there, and let's get going. Okay, you are going to enjoy this thing in your lifetime, and it will trickle down to your generations yet unborn. This is a promise, but it is beyond a promise. It is a done deal. It will be done the moment you register, the moment you sign up, and the moment we take you through the process, and then you are ushered into the community. This is sealed. Trust you me, this is sealed. This will be done for all of us. I'm going to end my presentation on the benefits here, and I want you to stay tuned to this channel for other presentations that are going to follow from here on. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video, and please enjoy. Yes, yeah, there's this little bit thing that I also want to say. Okay, let's get ourselves inspired to get this thing done. Okay, right now, in a community like this, all right, just imagine this scenario where, for instance, even if a member drops along the way, and we are going to give support to the family to give a befitting burial for the departed, and as a community we can sponsor the production of something like the funeral booklet that we do when we are having funeral. Okay, and then you see, these are some of the expenses during funeral that is not easy to deal with. Okay, yes. So what if a community can even sponsor to do such a thing for a departed member? All right. What if in such a situation, the funeral, the for instance, the water that will be served over there is branded with the members' image. I'm sure you've seen some of these things before, all right? And it's on the bottle. Even if it is a wedding of a member, and then we just do some of these things to just make it exciting, okay? There's a whole lot of things that is going to happen, all right? One thing that I also left out that I want to say, okay, confidently, which is going to happen with this community, which is also one of the most unique things about this community, is this. I made mention of the emergency fund account. Okay, good. Listen and listen carefully. Okay, what it means is that this is not the community that you will only enjoy some benefits. It's not a community where you will enjoy some benefit only when something has happened to you. Okay, this is not that type of community or a welfare scheme. The emergency fund account that we have designed is going to be the game changer in that aspect. But there is a second thing that is going to be another big game changer, which is that we are saying that this community is supposed to ensure financial sufficiency, right? So what it means is that by virtue of the work that we have done, I said in the introductory video, I hope I said it anyway, but let me say it here, that again, that this thing has gone through a very rigorous scrutiny. Professionals, investment experts, actuaries have been involved in developing our welfare scheme. Okay, yes, to make it work. And so it is such that by virtue of the things that we are going to be doing with the dues and all that, okay, or the amounts that we're going to be paying, as we go on, there will be dividends that we're going to be sharing among members. Okay, yeah, it's going to be done shared among members. However, whilst all the benefits that I've spoken about will only require you to will require that something may have happened, or when something happened, the support will be given to you. All right. We are saying that it is possible for members to enjoy something whilst nothing has happened, or even if something happens, still they can still enjoy something. All right. Details of these things will be given in subsequent presentations, but this is also one of the big unique things about the community we are talking about here in this presentation. Okay, yeah, once again, forgive me for the quality of the audio visuals. I am supposed to be looking into the camera, but it may be that as you are watching, you will not get direct eye contact. Okay, you realize that my gaze is a bit tilted, but once again, forgive me. This is the beginning of a big thing to happen, and we are starting small and then with a big dream. Okay, it will happen. So thank you, and God bless you for your time here. there are other details that will be coming in the other presentations. Okay, so thank you for staying with with me in this presentation. Thank you so much. Bye bye.